So this was one of the many questions I had after I did a recent video about past papers, and what do you do with them afterwards? Well, I'm going to answer that by taking an idea that I stole directly from ZPhysics. It's this thing here. Now last year we did a video together where we worked through some past exam paper questions, and he mentioned about how if you have a folder you can use that to collect the questions that you got incorrect. I then christened it the folder of failure, and so this is the thing that every one of you needs to have, and you need to make it individual to yourself. Now within your folder of failure you're going to collect the questions that you found really difficult, really hard as you were doing past papers. Now of course everybody's going to be doing past papers, but what you need to think about is what you do with that paper once you've completed it. Don't just leave it in a pile somewhere, don't throw it away. Instead, you need to identify where you made mistakes and why you made mistakes. And that's something that you can collect together into this folder. Now, the format that I'd recommend is at the start, you just need to, first of all, kind of record the actual past papers you've completed, because you're going to be doing this over many months, and there's going to be a point where you think, well, did you do the 2020 paper or not? Did you do the 2024 paper for paper 2? And so I would recommend, and it just has to be as simple as this, just write down all the past papers that you're planning to do, and then as you complete them, and if you're maybe doing it under exam conditions or you're kind of looking at your total mark, you can record the mark you're getting, you can record the grade that would correspond to, and if you're not sure, I do have over A-level physics online for A-level physics, all of the grade boundaries for all of the A-level physics papers. Now, of course, you can add that, and that means you can make sure that you methodically work through every single past paper and you don't miss anything out. Now, the other thing that I would have in here would be just the questions that you got incorrect, and also the notes that you've added to them to actually correct where you made mistakes. And this means you can identify where you went wrong. Is it that you just simply don't understand the physics and you need to go back to your textbooks, to your class notes, or some of the videos that you could watch to actually try and re-understand and actually relearn the basic physics principles? Is it maybe a question about experimental physics or practical, and is it something that you've maybe done before but it's a slightly different setup? Is it very similar to what you've done in class but it's just something you've forgotten about? Or are there other reasons why you're making mistakes? A lot of the time it's just people make calculation errors. They forget to square something. They maybe put the wrong number into their calculator because they're doing it in this kind of time constraint where you're working really quickly. Is it just simply that you know the physics, you know what you had to do, but you just made that silly mistake? Or is it, and again, this is something that happens all the time, students know the physics, they know what the question is or what they think the question is, but when it comes to actually marking their work, they don't get all of the marks because they haven't actually answered the question that was being asked. So is it a describe or is it an explain question? And have you actually given the full answer to get all the marks which are available? And again, if they're the kind of things that you're finding difficult, you will get there with time and with practice and actually analysing the past papers you've completed. Now, of course, within your folder of failure, you don't need to include the entire past paper, just the kind of most important pages for some of the questions that you got incorrect. And that means you can easily flick through it. You can look at the kind of extra notes that you've added, and I suggest a red pen is nice and bold, and it really stands out as you're looking at the pages. You just include the questions that you got wrong. And the other thing that you can include, and this is something that I've kind of always done when I've been revising, is you can just include just some brief kind of summary notes that you understand that kind of bring together all of the common mistakes that you might have made. So here, I've just got something that makes sense to me about, if you're measuring something, moving with SHM, you have a fiducial marker, time for more than 10, you repeat readings. Maybe it's about experimental setup to minimise uncertainty, so using a set square. If you're going to reduce parallax error, you could use a mirror, or if you're measuring the diameter of a piece of wire, doing at least 3 locations along that wire. These are things that, for me, that just reminds me about things that have come up in multiple exam questions and therefore could be asked about again. And of course, it's down to you to get these into a format that you can easily flick through the folder, just remind yourself of the basics, the things that you've learned from doing those past papers, and then you can implement as you're doing more stuff in the future. So this idea, stolen from ZPhysics, this folder of failure that you need to keep and add to as you're preparing for your exams. And of course, if you want to find more information to help you, if you're doing A-level physics in particular, head over to A-level Physics Online. You can find lots and lots of work solutions to about over 400 exam questions. And also there's now many more video solutions where I work through an entire paper that you can find on my website. But yeah, hopefully this might help some of you just to get the last few extra marks as you're preparing for your real exams.